Succession. This is going to be our third and final installment in the growing microgreens in the cold series. Didn't really plan on it becoming a series, but a lot of people seem to be a bit concerned, and rightfully so, about growing their microgreens in the cold. So I decided I'll kind of dial in on a couple key points that really help me out around here. But first, I got to get some of these things out for the market tomorrow, and then we'll circle back around. While I'm doing this, you guys can go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe and leave comments. It's really cool when you guys talk to one another. I had no clue, y'all. Like, I always just was like, whatever. But I had no clue as just to how much it actually helps when you guys actually do kind of get interactive with me. So if you guys can go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification button if you like this. And then if you guys really dig it, I left a couple links down below if you guys want to support the channel a bit further. Anyway, thanks for everything. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Only if you find it worth it though. If it's not worth it, don't do it. Microgreen succession. For whatever reason, it seems like a lot of people really don't talk about it. And I'm not certain if it's because a lot of people have it under their belt kind of already. At the same time, I know that there's a lot of people that are asking me about growing in the cold. Microgreen succession is probably the key reason to why you know, some of you guys might be struggling when it comes to the cold. So what is succession? Successioning is the act, getting all Webster's on that ass right now. Successioning is kind of just the act of, now we're not gonna be Webster's anymore, but making sure that you have a variety or a crop ready for you when you want it, just continuously, until you decide that you're no longer going to grow this thing, be it for climatic reasons or you just don't want to grow it anymore, whatever it is. That's actually what succession in your microgreens is as well. You want to constantly make sure you have enough going for when you're going to the market, when you're going to a restaurant, whatever it is that you need them for. I'm going to grab some of these sunflowers, y'all. So, key point about why you want to have good succession. Check it. These sunflower, although they look decent, are not where I want them to be. Right now, by looking at those trays, I have to guess that we're looking at right about 3/4 of a pound. We might have a pound in some of them, but I'm putting most of my money on 3/4 of a pound, if that, on some of those trays. I like to have my sunflower trays right about a pound to a pound and a half. The reason I have to take these things out tomorrow, unfortunately, is because these sunflowers were actually slated to go out for next week. But because we actually had somewhat of an influx of sunflower at the market, it's kind of forcing my hand, and I'm going to pull some of these out just to kind of appease my customers. They're still delicious. I'm kind of just taking the hit. And this is one of the key importance of a proper succession, especially during the winter time. But you know, sometimes things like this happen. This is actually a good thing, because next week, in the next couple weeks, we'll actually be selling more sunflower. Or hopefully, if it keeps up, the trend keeps up. If it doesn't keep up, then I'm kind of at a loss. It's all a market, dude. During the winter, when our lows are consecutively staying under 50 degrees, especially at night, then we like to start seeding everything out on Tuesday for the following week's market, right? So that goes Tuesday. So we go from Tuesday to Tuesday, that's 1 week. Thursday and Friday is probably when we're actually gonna start harvesting most of the greens for our markets, our market mix, just different restaurants we have to service, the whole thing. In actuality, a lot of our greens are already harvest ready by that Wednesday. At least that's the hope this year around with the heaters and being here in the structure. But if in fact it does take us to get to that Friday, we've given ourselves enough buffer to make sure that everything's gonna be looking pretty much to where we want them, right? So I was just in here editing. I figured it might be easier if I show you guys how to do this on the computer, or show you exactly what I'm talking about on the computer. So here we go. All right, y'all, so the way it's gonna work is like this. During the cold weather, when our temperatures hit the right temp, which is 50 degrees or lower consecutively, we start on Tuesday, right? We'll seed out there. Right about Friday or maybe even Saturday is when we expect to pull them out of the stack. They go all the way again here to Tuesday. That makes 1 week. Wednesday, Thursday is normally, this Thursday is normally when we want to have hopefully a first harvest, or at least have them harvest ready. To be honest with you, I like to have them harvest ready here, but because we're dealing with the cold weather, more than likely they're going to be ready here, if not here.
kind of gives me a bit of a buffer here, right? I don't need them here. I actually would prefer them here. So that is a 9-day for some of them. A lot of our mixes will get harvest here on this 9th day. Possibly on this Friday as well. So it could be a possible 10-day, making us have even more of a buffer. It kind of just depends on time and of course the condition of the greens. Saturday and Sunday we're harvesting. Right, so we're still harvesting here. And this is where the 2 week comes in. On Monday, we have the day off. By the time we hit to this Tuesday, we're now at 2 weeks. So all the brassicas, including radish, normally I want to have out of my system that were seeded up here. I don't really want any of them in my system. In fact, I want most of them to be sold by this point here. The pea and the sunflower, however, that's actually when it hits the 2 week mark. So those are the ones that we really stay true to 2 weeks. We'll actually leave them here, actually a little bit longer. We'll actually leave a lot of the ones that were seeded here. This quite possibly could be some of their first harvest for when we go out to restaurants. Or then we'll hold a lot of them over just because of coldness until this Thursday or Friday for our market mix. For our market mix harvest.
So I don't necessarily need the trays to be ready come my 9-day mark. I just want them to be ready on my 9-day mark. Then when the 10th, 11th day comes, which is right about when I need them, I know more than likely we're going to be cool. Now that's pretty much what we do for all the microgreens around here for our brassicas. They normally fall right about a 10 to 12 day this time of year. As we get a little bit cooler, of course, things change up a little bit more. They actually stay more on that 12 day and possibly even go to a 13. We'll see how that works. I doubt that we're going to have to do that just because of just some of the things that I've put into the greenhouse. At least hopefully we won't. But when it comes to the sunflower and pea, the other two staples that we grow here, we'll soak them on Tuesday, drain them on Wednesday. Maybe we'll seed them, maybe we won't. We seed them out by Thursday, right? Because when we soak them, we can now allow them to sprout, right? As soon as they sprout, we now have our beginnings of our DTM for our sunflower and our pea. At that point, it doesn't matter if they're inside of a bucket or if they're in a tray. They've started. We just don't want that sprout to get a little too long. I have other videos talking about that, so I won't go too deep into it. We can allow those varieties actually begin without us actually putting them into the tray. Thursday, the next Thursday, they look, so right about at a week, they look kind of like what we're taking out now, right? What I don't want to really take out because I know they can get a lot bigger if we give them one more week. Those got seeded out last week. These got seeded out on Thursday, let me think. These pea were actually soaked on Wednesday and then seeded out on Friday. These pea were done 1 week before that. These sunflower were done the same time as these pea. These sunflower here were done 1 week before that. These radish and the brassica, trying to drive it home, these were actually seeded out last Wednesday. Those were seeded out last Wednesday. Come on down here. That brassica right there, we'll have that be the representative of all the brassicas. That was actually done 1 week before. Okay, so like I said, everything's pretty much on closer to a 12-day schedule if you want to get right down to it. We seed on Tuesday, so from Tuesday to Tuesday, 7 days, 8, 9, 10 days is right about that. Friday, 11 and 12 we're actually on the market days when we're actually harvesting these things as well. When it comes to days 13 and 14, really for me around here, I only want to be holding sunflower or pea. I want to be done with that crop of brassicas. I don't want any brassicas in here other than the ones that are going to be started for the following week's market. So that's microgreen succession for the most part around here, y'all. Just want to make sure that you're giving your crop enough time to get ready, you know what I'm saying? Because that heat's just not here right now. So give it a little bit more time. If you guys want to keep up with what it is I'm doing, you can definitely follow me on Instagram. If you guys have any notes or points about how you grow microgreens in the cold, let me know. I know a lot of you guys now are actually doing it inside of temperature controlled rooms, which is actually awesome. But even in here, I mean, it's a lot better, man, than I have ever actually had it growing microgreens, just because I have this structure and I can actually feel how much warmer it is right now than it is outside. But anyway, man, I hope this video helps. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.